Rising, grand rising, rise and shine on today with your girl Sweet Tea in Zestful Living with Sweet Tea's morning show. How's everyone doing this morning? I hope you're up, getting your day started as we do each and every day to bring you some vigor, some excitement, and the boost of energy you need to get that day started. And that's what it's all about here in the Zestful Living with your girl Sweet Tea morning show. I am here to encourage you to start your day fresh, to start your day full of energy, and to start your day with focus. And so come on in and join me on this morning show. This is going to be streaming on my YouTube channel each and every day. So then go ahead and click the link in the bio and subscribe, like, and share the YouTube channel where you can be able to follow this particular series and this morning show. So welcome everyone. I hope you're doing well today, and I hope you get your day started in the right foot, or on the right foot, I should say. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Rise and shine. We know that we start the day within this particular format to be able to focus on personal growth, skill building, self-discovery, and or community engagement. So we want to be aware of each other's presence in terms of being here to follow your dreams, to be able to live in your purpose with passion, as we know that what comes first, getting anchored in your purpose in life will create your passion. So stay focused on whatever it is that brings you the most enjoyment, and you do just that. Getting anchored in your purpose in life will create passion. So once you discover what that is, you'll find that you are living a zestful life as it is. You'll discover some things about yourself that you can make it happen in terms of knowing exactly what it is that you enjoy, and then putting some legs on those ideas and seeing it come into fruition, if I should say. So once again, I thank you all for tuning in. This is going to be each and every day at 8 a.m. I'll do my best to come on in as we get prepared for this first week and seeing how everything is going. And it's flowing pretty well. I'm pleased with everything and how it's going. And so this will be, again, your daily dose of zestful living with your girl Sweet Tea morning show to get you up and going each and every morning, bright and early, 8 a.m., to start your day with vigor, enthusiasm, and excitement. And that's what we do here. And so we want to congratulate everyone for the journey that they're taking on. Of course, a healing journey is something that is a continuum, and it does not happen overnight. We have to be committed in terms of what we decide that we want to do in our lives to become our very best selves. And so we stick with our word. We keep our word because, as my parents have taught me, your word is your bond. The things that you say, be sure that you show up for that. And because you don't know who is dependent upon you when you say you're going to do something, when you say you're going to be somewhere. And if something changes, of course, as you are a full-grown, mature adult, you let it be known. You tell the person that you need to reschedule. You let them know you're not going to be available. Be accountable for your actions and be accountable for yourself in terms of the things that you sign up for, and that you don't make a reply as to why you're not available. Or if you don't want to go into full detail, at least let it be known how much, you apologize, but something has come up, and everyone will understand that. So welcome, welcome. It's time to get on board. The train is rolling in. That means it's time to get on board. It's moving and it's coming in so that you would be able to let go of the things that no longer serve you, and you can get on board this new train that's rolling in. That means that it's time to let it go. It's time to release it. It's time for you to be able to step into your purpose, to step in and make things happen for yourself in terms of the things that you have already have journaled about, meditated about, set goals about. This is an intentional move. This train is moving because you decided that you want to do something different in your life, and you decided that you want to live a zestful life. So when you decided that you want to live a zestful life, here we go. Get on board. The train is here. It's rolling in. This is Saturday morning, and we're all up and ready to get on board this train. People all over the world, join in. Join this love train. Love train. Yes, it's a love train. This is the love month. Each and every day we are engulfed and we are full of love, I should say. We have love around us each and every day because look around. You're up. You're breathing. You're here. And so make the best of your life. You know, love is one of those things that is endearing, depending on how you want to express it, you know, who you are giving it to. Pour into yourself that love that you pour into other people. And that's essentially what we do in the Zestful Living. We learn how to put ourselves first. Because again, we have done so much for other people. It's time to be able to pour into ourselves. And that's essentially what we do. But we want to stop and take a break and be able to get our breathing in just briefly for a moment as we adjust and align ourselves for the day. So deep breath in, hold for 5 seconds, and breathe out. Your stomach is expanding when you breathe in through your nose. Breathe in. And breathe out. We want to make sure that we center ourselves each and every day in whatever format that you do, whether that's breathing exercises, which is the form of meditation. You do your meditation, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you would like. The purpose, of course, is to get grounded, to get centered, and to be still in a moment, to be able to reset your day with intentions of where you're going from here. And so that's what we do. And then again, if you would need to take some time to journal, to be able to release whatever you need to, sometimes that releases a lot of things that you may be holding on to that you're not aware of. So journaling is a good way to release and to reset. And you can do that in the early part of your day as you get your day started. And so that's what we do as well, as one of the things that helps us to become more grounded in terms of starting our day on the right foot. And so that's what we want to be able to do, is to get our day started with intention and with the vigor of being zestful. Welcome to Zestful Living with your girl Sweet Tea Morning Show, where we start our day to rise and shine, rise to the occasion of whatever challenges that you may be facing or that you may encounter. You'll be able to rise and be prepared because you have done your early morning meditation, journaling, prayer, whatever it is that's going to help you to get centered. And then you're off and running for the day. You're getting your day started in a positive way as we affirm ourselves each and every day. And that's how we do it. We give ourselves a pat on the back. We acknowledge who we are and who we are becoming, where we've been, and what we have let go of in terms of what no longer serves us. We're giving ourselves the due diligence to be able to take our time because we move at our own pace. We don't rush and race. We don't rush, and we don't race, and we definitely don't chase. We do everything at our own pace here in the Zestful Living, so we know that we're doing it in the right speed that we can handle, because essentially this is what it's all about. The things that you put on yourself or that you take on is the things that you know that you can accomplish. And that's what it's about. It's being able to know your limits and knowing that everything is limitless at the same time. The sky or beyond the sky, there are no limits in terms of how far you can go when it comes to accomplishing your dreams and your goals and your desires and all of the things that you have as your purpose and your passion. And we know what comes first. Getting anchored in your purpose in life will create your passion. So that's what we discovered and we learned, and that we are applying for ourselves, because passion, as we talked about, is about pursuing the things that make you happy, while purpose is using your unique talents and passions to make other people happy. So it's a bigger picture when it comes to purpose. And so that's what we do, and that's what we understand. And so that's what it's all about. And so welcome once again to Zestful Living with Sweet Tea Morning Show. We get you up bright and early and started on your way, so that you will know that you have set the right intentions and that you have set some goals and some strategic planning for your day. You have written this down in a journal, on your calendar, or what have you, to be able to understand the time that you're utilizing has a way of giving you your daily plans, if you will, by setting those intentions. So it's all about what you do in terms of getting yourself prepared, because that's what preparation does for you. It prepares you for the day, and it prepares you to be ready to tackle these things that you have decided that you want to be involved in. And so that's essentially what it's all about, us being able to stand on our word, to keep our word, and to move with precision, purpose, and with the passion that we have for the things that we take on. And so that's extremely important. However, and for today, welcome to Black History Month. As we acknowledge and recognize those that have come before us, I just wanted to pay homage to Garrett Morgan. Garrett Morgan, as it says here, was an American inventor, businessman, and community leader. His most notable inventions were a type of three-way traffic light and a protective smoke hood, notably used in a 1916 tunnel construction disaster rescue. So he's responsible for the three-way traffic light. And so we are so grateful for the traffic light that is known and seen and is in places all over the world. And so we are just really, really thankful for Mr. Morgan's contribution for the Black History Month. His full name is Garrett Augustus Morgan Sr., born March 4th, 1877, and his transition was July 27th, 1963. So that's one of our inventors here for the Black History Month, where we recognize those that have come before us, and we give our respect to their resilience, to their integrity, to their endurance, to their strength, and all of the things that they have provided for us as the ones that are receiving all of the talents and brilliance that they have provided for us to live in a civilized society, so that we can move about without the chaos, without the confusion. Traffic lights are extremely important. As we know, some people run through red lights, but at the same time, without that structure, it would be interesting to see how we would move about. So thank you, Mr. Morgan, for your invention. We certainly do benefit from it today and each and every day as we move about in this busyness. As we talk about being still, there's a lot of busyness that's going on, as we talked about before. A lot of traffic that you have to move about in these busy streets, that you are navigating your way through each and every road that you travel on. You have to pay attention, you have to be alert, and you have to be able to take your time, because people are busy. They're trying to get somewhere in a hurry. And that's something that I am a stickler about, taking my time and moving at my own pace. Because again, it's not about winning a race. It's about going at your own pace and knowing that you can handle the speed that you're moving in. And that's what's going to be most important, that you're not traveling along to compete with anyone. As it is, you are already whole and complete, just the way you are. So there is no need and no sense of competing with anyone. Okay? And so that's what we do here with your girl Sweet Tea, Zestful Living with Sweet Tea Morning Show. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're getting your day started in a vigorous way. And so that's what we would like to encourage you to be able to do in these entrepreneurial streets and in these busy highways and byways as you move about your day. And so take some time to be able to unwind before you get started. Reset yourself, get centered and focused for your day. And so we know that as we look at the idea of, I just wanted to be able to pick out a particular song lyric, and I think what I wanted to be able to share with you as I look at it, when Mrs. Tina Turner mentioned, what's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? And she says, who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? And we understand that where you're coming from in terms of what's love got to do with it, because some people will disrespect the idea of your vulnerability, because when you're in love with someone and you're showing vulnerability, that's when I think that you're opened for someone to hurt you, because again, you have the willingness and the agreement that you've made that this is where you want to be. You want to be in love, because that's what you do when you fall in love with someone, as they say. You are blind in some cases to the things that may have been appeared for you as a red flag, to stop, because that represents to being able to stop and to be able to look things over and to know if this is the right thing for you. You could feel it in a lot of ways. And then also you can know it by the person's actions. And so what's love got to do with it? As Mrs. Turner has pointed out, rest her soul, in terms of her transition. She has provided a great deal, as she is one of our ancestors now in this Black History Month, and our acknowledgement of the contributions that she has made to help us to be able to know that we have the vigor to be able to create the life that we would want to live as she has done. And so the question again says, what's love got to do with it? When you're meeting someone and you're in a relationship with someone, is that the thing that you treasure the most, that you love this person? And is love something that can be misunderstood in a lot of cases? This is something that people will take advantage of. True enough, if someone knows that you love them, then they can relax and know that they are accepted. And I believe that you can accept and should accept someone, flaws and all, because no one is perfect. We only know one source, whatever you call that is perfect. And we are, because of our imperfections, we can live the best life we can because the entity that we serve is perfect. The source, the Almighty, God, whomever you called that source and that entity for you, is perfect in every way. And so for me, again, what's love got to do with it? I think love is important. And if you're looking for someone to love you where you have not loved yourself, it's going to be very difficult. And that question, as it's asking, what's love got to do with it? If you don't pour into yourself, as it is being able to, it's not selfish, as I point out each and every time, as Dr. Reverend Ayanla Van Zant has says. It's not selfish, it's self-full, to put yourself first, to pour into yourself. What goes into the cup is for you, and what goes out of the cup is for everyone else. Hence, my cup runneth over. You're giving from your overflow. So with that being said, what's love got to do with it? Everything, especially if you have poured and poured into yourself and you're giving from your overflow. It's nothing for you to be able to give and show love because you've received your daily dose. So whatever someone receives from you, it will not affect you. It will not deflate you. It will not disappoint you because you're not banking and basing your life on what love someone else gives you, because you have given yourself everything you need to strengthen you, because people will drain your energy. And that's essentially what you're wanting to keep. And that's why it's not going to deplete you, because you have given yourself and have poured into yourself all of the love you need. And so that's why we give ourselves affirmations during the day to get our days started. You are worthy of a good life. You are deserving of good energy. You are important. You are beautiful. Tell yourself some favorable things as you get started. That person that's looking at you in the mirror that you see each and every day when you arise and you rise and shine knows your strengths and knows your weaknesses. But we can build ourselves up with positive affirmations, words of encouragement to uplift us, to be able to give us the things that we need. We can be our own best friend and our own best cheerleader. You go, girl. You got this. Keep going. Keep moving forward. You're on your way. Each and every day is a good day for a good day. Okay? And so that's what we do here in Zestful Living with your girl, Sweet Tea Morning Show. We give ourselves the boost of energy that we need to get our day started and get us on our way, because it's challenging. It's challenging to be able to face all of this different things that come up from what we hear on the news, what we see in our daily lives. There's a lot of things that are happening. And we are also aware of some of the things that people are losing their lives. Rest in peace and give your family, I hope your family has the comfort that they need during this trial, during this period of time, as they are coming to acknowledging the result of these tragedies that are happening. So we do recognize the intensity of some of the sorrows that are going on during a lot of these different things that are happening in our world, plane crashes and everything, fires and everything. So we want to be aware and acknowledge those that have transitioned and the families that are suffering right now. We wish you comfort in your time of bereavement. And so once again, who needs a heart, as she says, what's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? And that's one of the things that we understand, that if your heart is given to someone, that's a precious part of you, so you want to be cautious in terms of how much of yourself that you give, even if it's someone that is deserving of it all. You have to be able to reserve and protect that precious heart of yours so that you will know that you are giving it in terms of knowing that this person not so much is deserving, but this person is worthy of you sharing your life with, because that again happens when you commit and you make an agreement with someone, being in a relationship, partnership, marriage, that you have committed your life and you are there and you are being committed in this relationship, so that you know that of course your heart comes along with it. And you can feel it. You can feel your heart when you know something is right or when something isn't. That intuition doesn't steer you wrong, and your heart knows as it is what is right for you in that moment. You could feel it in terms of in your gut, in your heart, and in your emotions and your emotions. You're being able to move with the right, you're moving in motion with the right energy. And that movement is being able to express itself as love. It shows up, and we feel it in our heart. We feel it in our intuition. When something is right for us, it feels right. We know it's right because of the way it makes us feel, because of the way that we see how this person is treating us. And essentially, those actions are going to be the most important in terms of what's love got to do with it? It has everything to do with it. Without the love that we have been provided from our ancestors, as this is Black History Month, we are acknowledging the love that was extended for us in terms of our ancestors who have given their life of love, their service of love, to be able to provide us with some of the inventions and things that we have that we use and utilize today that makes life a lot easier, because we know that our ancestors whom the Africans that were enslaved, when they didn't feel up to doing anything and didn't feel like doing anything, they had to do it anyway. They worked sun up and sundown until, in some cases, they worked till they died. So getting up in the morning, sometimes you just don't feel up to it. And this morning it happened to me, where again, I'm sure a lot of us start our day, oh my goodness, I don't feel up to it. But someone needs to hear this. And that motivated me to get on up and get things started, to get up on my right foot and make it happen with the Zestful Living with your girl, Sweet Tea, because we don't complain. We just go ahead and make it happen, because we know that there were some people that came before us that more than likely didn't feel like it either. And if they didn't feel like it, then they would get whipped, hung, lynched, scorned, beat, and all kinds of things in the smoldering heat that they worked and labored in the cotton fields, and a lot of fields that they worked in, plowing the land day in and day out, sun up and sundown. Do you know if they would have said, I don't feel up to doing this today and I'm not going to do it, that would have been their life. So then how dare us not be able to get up and get things started with our day? We have to remember, as it is, those that have come before us that have actually and essentially have given their entire life for a time such as this, so that this generation and generations after us will be able to live as we are intended to, unapologetically, I should say, free. How much more can you get out of that? Thank you for those that have paved the way. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for getting us ready for the day. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for helping us to rise and shine in our right minds, in our sound minds. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for being present in our lives. We just want to thank you. Thank you. And we are so grateful. We give you all of the honor and praise, as it is today and each and every day that we rise with breath in our lungs and being able to know that we are grateful and we have the attitude of the best gratitude. Because again, being centered is also being grateful. Create you a gratitude journal to get you started, to be able to recognize the things that you have in front of you and around you that has provided you with everything that you need. And that's what we do in Zestful Living with your girl, Sweet Tea's morning show. That's what we do. We acknowledge everything that we have. We get ourselves centered and grounded. As a certified spiritual warrior and health coach, I am here to let you know that the best part of the day is you getting on your way and getting started, recognizing who it is and that entity that has provided you with the strength and the loins in your body to be able to praise and give recognition, acknowledgement of those that come before you, and that source within you that is speaking to you within your intuition, telling you to rise and shine. Get your day started in the best way. Zestful Living with Sweet Tea Morning Show. We're on fire here. We're in no pun intended. We're in the right spirit. We're grounded. And blessings to those that are experiencing tragedy in the Los Angeles area and the fires and everything, that we are with you in terms of you rebuilding your life and knowing that things are going to turn out the right way as you rebuild and reset. And remember the things that have you grounded in your faith, and know that everything is okay. And we're here with you in spirit, and we're here with you in terms of some of the foot soldiers that are on the scene, making sure that everything is getting taken care of. So bless you, and continue to have your spirits high, and knowing that everything is going to be all right, because things can be replaced. And we know life is precious. So we are here for you and with you during this tragic time, and Godspeed on all of the things that you are enduring. So as I talked about earlier, when we were talking about Mrs. Tina Turner, God rest her soul, in terms of what's love got to do with it. And it just depends on how much you're providing and giving of yourself to someone else when you're involved in a relationship. She's saying that do not put the love as the focal point, because we know in some cases in marriages, when someone says, will you marry me? And the young lady agrees to marry the the young man in this case, in this example, they have made an agreement. And sometimes, do you like the person that you're in love with? Or is it that you are tolerating the person? Because sometimes it can get a little blurred when it comes to love and like. You can like someone and not love them. Or you can love someone and not like them. It can get a little tricky when it comes to that. So what's love got to do with it when it's a secondhand emotion, as she says? And that emotion is something that you're providing, that you may be misled. And, someone could take advantage of you when you know that you are showing them that you care and that you love them. Most people do take advantage of someone when they know that they like them and that they love them. It's almost as if that person knows that you will tolerate almost anything. And in some cases you do. But at some point you need to reel it back and make sure that you're not overextending yourself and making sure that you have poured into yourself enough that you will not be affected, and that this love that you provide, it's a natural thing. You have plenty of it. It doesn't run out. And you're not counting and measuring anything that you do in terms of what you're giving to someone. Because again, it's a give and take. A giver is going to keep giving and a taker is going to keep taking. And so once you set those boundaries and say that this is not going to work for me, and know your limits and knowing how much you want to give, then you'll be able to set those intentions and those boundaries for the person will not take advantage of you, because you can say, no, this is just not sitting right with me. I'm not available. I don't appreciate, and however that will go in terms of having a conversation when it comes to how you felt violated. Be accountable for yourself and your actions as well, if there's anything that you may have done that has offended someone as well, because that can occur also. So you want to have the self-awareness, the self-accountability, and being able to be fully appreciative for the things that you are achieving in your life. Because again, this is a journey, a healing journey that we're on when it comes to zestful living. Zestful living is not only about enthusiasm and energy, it's about receiving the work that is required in terms of clearing it up, those past traumas, past wounds, things that has been in your past that you have not addressed, childhood traumas or whatever the case, that you want to be able to let it go. But you have to acknowledge it and be aware of it, that it exists within you. And what is this thing that's trying to hold me back? What is this thing that I'm hearing and knowing that perhaps if it's fear, as we know, fear is false evidence appearing real. But we know that sometimes it comes up, for a lot of people in public speaking, that's one of their most debilitating fears, being able to speak in front of other people. And we all learn that as we come upon all of these social media sites and be able to share with people what we have to offer. It can be a little daunting at first as you get accustomed to speaking in front of people and things of that nature, and sharing and being able to promote yourself in a way that shows people where you are and what you have to offer. And as I pointed out, I started modeling when I was 16 in Los Angeles, California. And I noticed that I was depressed, and my sister asked me to come along with her, that they had a casting call, a model call. And so when I went, it opened up, it ignited something within me that I was really interested in. I got a lot of enjoyment out of it. And that's where I found that spark and that interest in some of the things that I enjoyed at that particular time, living in Los Angeles, being 16, and finding something that really, really was something that I could do naturally, in terms of we all can have some of the things that we do, and we can cultivate it and perfect it in a way that makes us stand out in terms of what's our signature walk in a lot of cases. And so I had my own family that I helped to raise in my 20s, living in Denver, Colorado. I helped to raise my family. I worked in customer service field for over 25 years as it is. And so I was constantly showing up and being present and being able to prioritize my family first. So all of the dreams and desires and things that I had were put on the back burner as I put the priority and placement on where it was needed to focus on at that particular time. I did some fashion shows of my own and things of that nature, but to really be involved and devoted to those things, it takes a lot of time and energy. And so, of course, we have our number one priority. And then, of course, I was diagnosed with lupus in 1999, and I vowed that I have lupus. Lupus doesn't have me. I'm not trapped in terms of not being able to continue to move and strive and thrive and be able to drive this particular vehicle that I'm in now, this healing journey. I'm in the driver's seat as it is. And so this is one of the reasons why I created the Lady Academy Workshop and the Zestful Life Social Club and Support Group to help mothers, wives, CEO, business women, nurturers, and empty nesters over 35 who are constantly pouring into others and neglecting to pour into themselves to learn how to rediscover and reignite their zest for life. And that's what it's all about. We have our bi-weekly empowerment exchange here on Zoom, where we check in and being able to give each other self-accountability, I should say. We give each other accountability to find out where we are on this journey that we're on and being there for each other as a support system. We also have our meetups in our Zestful Life Social Club and support group, where we have already gotten February booked. And you can join as well. If you click on the link in the bio, the Lady Academy Workshop waitlist, there is a link for that, as well as joining the Zestful Life Social Club and Support Group. There's a link for that, and we can go ahead and get you in our private group. We have a Facebook group where we do our daily inspiration and encourage one another to stay in the race of self-improvement and being able to discover the things that bring us joy. And that's what we do in our meetups. We begin to discover the hobbies and interests that we have that help us to develop ourselves in a lot of different ways as we put our needs first, as we pour from give from our overflow and pour into us and put ourselves first. In a lot of ways, that's guilt-free. Because we know, as far as the empty nesters, that when the children are off on their own and they're going off to college and they're moving away, the parents, including fathers, are known as being the husbands and the fathers in the lives of their wives and children, that they too find themselves in an empty nester position, whereas they're saying, what do I do now? What do I give myself in terms of this new journey that I'm discovering, or needing to find out who I am again? Because we know that in the beginning, you were a woman first before you were a mother. You were a woman first before you became a wife. So we learn how to pour into ourselves. Good morning there, Mrs. Sassy Since Birth. Welcome. This is Zestful Living with Sweet Tea Morning Show, where we pour into ourselves, get our day started with vigor, enthusiasm, and excitement to get us on the right foot, I should say. And so we learn to put ourselves first. We pour into ourselves. We acknowledge the accomplishments that we're making. We move at our own pace. And we know that we can do this because we have set the intentions for our day. We have gotten ourselves centered, whether that's through prayer, meditation, or being able to journal, so that we can set our day with the right intentions as we move about in these busy entrepreneurial streets and in this busyness that we hear and see each and every day. There's so much noise that we are bombarded with. So we want to be able to move with precision, with purpose and passion, as we know what comes first. Getting anchored in your purpose in life will create passion. And so that's what we're advocating for you today as we do the work in terms of acknowledging the things that we have accomplished and giving ourselves through affirmations. We affirm ourselves each and every day to know that we can be our own best cheerleader, our own best friend, as we acknowledge the way that we're moving about is to become our very best selves on this healing journey. Because again, healing takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a continuum. And we know that the work that we're putting in now is going to help the next generation. We're building a foundation and we're building a legacy for our families and our loved ones. So as we talked about, as Mrs. Tina Turner, God rest her soul, has said, What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? And I think she says that what's love got to do with it is a secondhand emotion or something of that nature. And then once again, if it's something that you have already have giving from your overflow, it doesn't affect you in the same way. And we know that a heart can be broken, yet we still know that love is the way to go because we are loved and we're full of love. And that's what we do. We give. This is the love month. And so we acknowledge it. But once again, you determine that based on the energy that you receive from other people because their actions are going to stand out more in terms of how you know that you are giving too much of yourself. Because as we talked about, givers are going to keep giving and takers are going to keep taking. So it's a push and a pull. And anything that you're dealing with in life when it comes to relationships, if it feels difficult, then you let it go. You don't have to pull those teeth as we talked about. It's not that difficult. And if it feels difficult, then it must not be the right thing for you. And so as I wanted to go into a little bit of what we're talking about today as well, is don't wait for someone's permission to live your best life. Continue striving forward. We thrive in 2025 because we are driving in the driver's seat. Okay? We have drive. We have determination. We have the willingness to see this thing through because this is what we have decided that we want to do. So we're taking the wheel and we're driving with intention and we're driving with determination. And we're driving, being accountable for our ways and our actions at the same time. But we know exactly where we're going. And so that's the message for today as we stop waiting until you lose weight to get in a relationship. Or perhaps if you have more money, don't wait until you have more money to feel happy. And stop waiting on other people to support your dreams before you go after them. And I think that that's very important because as we tell ourselves and we affirm ourselves each and every day, we know what feels right for us because we're living in that intention and we have the energy and the time that we have devoted to what we want to do. So we don't have to wait on anyone else to support us in that because again, all of this comes about because we believe in ourselves. And that's essentially what it's all about. Believing in yourself. And we know that we can achieve anything once we get ourselves grounded. And however you go about your day to get your day started in your faith, as it is a spiritual connection that you want to be able to maintain and know that that's where everything comes from. That's your solid foundation. And that's what anchors you. And that's what has you rooted in terms of how you root for yourself because you have been grounded in your faith and you know that that's the thing that moves you and guides you as you listen to that intuition, that voice within you. You know, you have something on the right, something on the left, being able to give you these negative self-talks if you listen to them, but you don't want to do that. You want to remain affirming yourself that I have what it takes. I am deserving of a good life. And just for today, I will give myself the credit and the courage that I need because I am courageous. I am motivated. I am deserving and I am worthy of a good life, of an abundant life. I am deserving of abundant life full of joy, happiness, love, good health, and good wealth. And that's what we do in Zestful Living with Sweet Tea Morning Show. We give ourselves the boost of energy that we need to get our day started. We give ourselves a pat on the back for everything that we take on. Because again, as we know, life is very challenging. And that we know that we're faced with a lot of different things that are thrown at us each and every day. And so we know that we have to be equipped with knowing how to handle these particular things that we tackle every day. As long as we pour into ourselves, that's what we do in the Zestful Living here. We learn how to put our needs first and that we are living guilt-free because we know as mothers and nurturers and empty nesters that we find that pouring into others is something that we have always have done. And that's why I created the Lady Academy Workshop and the Zestful Life Social Club and Support Group to help us to be able to reignite and rediscover our zest for life. And so you can learn about it. Go ahead and join the Lady Academy Workshop waitlist, as we have a link for you in terms of also our Zest for Life Social Club and Support Group. We have our meetups, as I pointed out. All of the meetups for February are booked, ready to go. We're excited to be accountable with each other and for each other, and that's what we do. And so, as I pointed out, don't wait for permission to live your best life. Live it now, and you don't have to wait for the perfect moment to be able to do any of this. Do it now as it is. You don't have to wait till you have more money to feel happy, and stop waiting until you lose weight to get into a relationship. Whomever it is that you are involved with will love you, flaws and all. And that's something that we all have to do, to readjust ourselves to know what we want to do with our bodies in terms of if it's something that we want to do. I'm working on my midsection. So again, if whatever it is that you feel as if you need to fix and to help to realign yourself with, you do just that. And if someone doesn't accept you as you are, then that perhaps may not be the best for you. But of course, we all need encouragement. We all need support. And I feel that that's what relationships are all about. Being able to be in a partnership with someone that supports you, that works with you in terms of what your desires and dreams are, and they give you the encouragement and the support you need to get you on your way and to get you started with your dreams and desires and your passions. And so that's what it's all about as well. And so once again, stop waiting on other people to support your dreams before you go after them. It was put into you for a reason, and this is something that you do well. And of course, you have all of the tools needed within you to get this thing going, because you have done the work, you have put the time in, you have invested in the research to know exactly how it works, how you want it done. And again, believe in yourself. You got it. You got what it takes, and you got this, I should say. And so once again, welcome to Zestful Living with Sweet Tea Morning Show. This is what we do. We move at our own pace. We don't we don't compete with anyone else, because we are complete and whole as we are. And so we want to thank you all for joining us. I know I do this each and every morning at 8 a.m. I'm going to be streaming this on my YouTube channel. I would love for you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel as I get that up and running. I think you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to go live. And so that's why I'm doing this on my Instagram live, so that it can stream each and every morning. Your girl will be here at 8 a.m. to bring you that boost of energy, rise and shine, to get your day started on the right foot. And so I want to challenge you today to do something today that brings you joy without waiting for the perfect moment. So let me say that again. Do something today that brings you joy without waiting on the perfect moment. Because again, everyone wants everything to be aligned exactly how they envisioned it before they go ahead and get started with something, and trust that intuition to know that you're doing the right thing. And it doesn't have to be a perfect moment. Everything doesn't have to be aligned perfectly. The biggest challenge of it is to get started, is to begin. Begin the task of whatever it is that you would like to do and become in your life. And that's what becoming your very best self is all about. You have given yourself the permission to get started. And if you're going to get permission from anyone, give yourself some permission to get started on your way with whatever your desires and dreams are, whatever your purpose and passion is, because we have said already what comes first. And getting anchored in your purpose in life will create the passion, that desire, that burning fire within you that has you where you are not able to rest until this gets done, until you get started, I should say. And so that's what we do in the Zestful Living with Sweet Tea Morning Show, that we pour into ourselves. We recognize the community engagement, self-discovery, and that we become our very best selves with skill building and personal growth as we go through this healing journey together and we get our day started in a vigorous, exciting way with enthusiasm. So welcome once again, and I hope you all will join me each and every day at 8 a.m. And I thank you, Miss Sassy, since birth. I would hope to see you real soon, and thank you for being a champion when it comes to all of the endeavors that you are taking on in your own life. And I think that you do live a zestful life in terms of the zestful living that you do in all of the ways in which you do it in a very enthusiastic way. And so that's what zestful living is all about. We give ourselves the credit and an acknowledgement, and we are aware of setting our intentions for the day on the right foot. So welcome, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow morning early, and rise and shine on your day. Get your day started in the best way by affirming yourself. I am on the right track. I am important. I will continue on this journey until I see everything that I have desired come true. And I am deserving of a good life. I am worthy of a good life. I am worthy of all of the abundance of love, joy, peace, happiness, good health, and good wealth. Thank you all again for joining me. I will see you bright and early as we rise and shine with the Zestful Living with Sweet Tea Morning Show. Be blessed.